Shalom. Before I begin, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach, Wadash. I'd like to say double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and the elders, the great millstone, that root well and that teach well, and also Shalom and salutations to the fellow brethren that are laboring in this work as well. So this lesson that I'm going to get into today, I'm going to entitle it Greater Love, man, because just going to show, the love that Yahweh Shai had for his brothers, for the elect, his friends. And his friends were those who did his will. You see, those that did whatever he commanded them. You see? Matter of fact, let me start with John. St. John, chapter 15. And I'm going to begin at verse 13. Matter of fact, let me start at verse 9. It says, "As the Father had loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. If ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love." You see, and that's going to prove that love is the definition of love, is misinterpreted in the world. You see, because the world perceives the word love to be, like when you're in love with a girl, like, you're hugged up and, just this feeling. But that's not love. Love is really keeping the commandments of the Lord. You see? Oh, it says that in 1 John, man. It literally gives it to you plain. It tells you what the definition of love is, man. You see? So love is the keeping of the commandments, and ultimately is to listen to what Yahweh Shai said, man. That's love, because Yahweh Shai is really the commandment, because in Exodus it tells you to obey his voice. The Heavenly Father himself gave authority to Yahweh Shai and told us, told the nation of Israel to obey whatever Yahweh Shai says, man. Matter of fact, let me get that. This is I think it's Exodus 20 or 23. Exodus 23. Exodus 23 and verse 20. It says, "Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee to the place which I have prepared." And this angel that was sent before us in the Exodus of Egypt, this is Yahweh Shai, And how do we know that? Because the word angel here is capitalized, and also the context of the precept of what's being talked about, man. You see, it says, "Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared." Verse 21, "Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions. For my name is in him." You see? So the Lord gave a command to basically obey Yahweh Shai. Why? Because all power and authority was given to Yahweh Shai. You see? And this is indeed Yahweh Shai and nobody else. To further prove that, because it says, "For my name is in him." A spiritual analysis of the name of Yahweh Shai, or the name of Yahweh being in Yahweh Shai is how you spell the name Yahweh and the name Yahweh Shai in the ancient Hebrew. How you have the letters Yah, Ha, Wah. They both contain in the Heavenly Father's name and in Yahweh Shai's name. Also proving that the names we have are true. Those are the real names, man. Verse 22, "But it says, if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then will I be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries." So us obeying the voice of Yahweh Shai is like us obeying Yahweh himself. Us obeying whatever Yahweh Shai said is basically like us obeying the Heavenly Father himself, And that's the chain of command. If we listen to Yahweh Shai, by default, we're listening to Yahweh. And if whoever listens to the prophets, or it's just like they're listening to Yahweh Shai, but that's a chain of command, you know? So I made the point. Going back to John 15 and verse 10 again, it says, if ye keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy may remain in you, and that your joy might be full. This is the commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you, man. You know? And just to give an example of this illustration, when you watch these ancient movies, these combative movies like Spartacus, you know, because just to sum up a part of what I was watching, you had Spartacus and a man named Crixus. They were in the same ludus, but they didn't really like each other. They didn't like each other because they were competitors, but they were still on the same team. You see, but time came when Spartacus became champion over Crixus. You see, but then what happened was somebody tried to make an attempt on Spartacus' life. But they were still brothers because they were still in the same ludus, they were marked with the same brand of a slave owner. You see? So an attempt on Spartacus' life was made, and Crixus, he basically laid down his life to what? To save Spartacus, man, because he was fighting wounded. When he saw the attempt on Spartacus' life, man, But after that incident, my point is, after that moment of Crixus saving Spartacus in his wounds, though he hated him, though he didn't like him, they were still brothers, man. He didn't want to see the champ go out like that, even though he didn't like him, but he saved him. He laid down his life, which was actually a form of love. And after that moment, their bond began to grow, man. Why? Because Crixus could be trusted in adversity, man. Because why? He delivered Spartacus, so to speak, out of that situation. And that's the case with us and Yahweh Shai, man. These little moments that Yahweh Shai delivers us out of, these, not little, but some of these moments are deadly, man. That Yahweh Shai delivered us out of, man. A lot of brothers, those deliverances, they build your trust in Yahweh Shai, man. You see, it says, verse 13, it says, greater love had no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I commanded you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you, man. So that love, that Yahweh Shai has for his disciples, his friends, that's a great love, man. All right. So let's go from there to the book of John, chapter 10, and verse 11. And it says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. But he that is an hireling, and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth, because he is an hireling, and careth not for the sheep. And that's how you know your friend's real, man. When they stay with you, under any circumstance, especially when things get bad, and he's still there, You know, that's a real friend. That's real love, man. You know, it doesn't have to be spoken in words, you know. Verse 14, it says, I am the good shepherd and known of my sheep, and I'm known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. All right, so let's go from there to the book of Ecclesiasticus. Matter of fact, let me grab the book. Ecclesiasticus 22. Ecclesiasticus 22 and verse 23. And it says, be faithful to thy neighbor in his poverty, that thou mayest rejoice in his prosperity. Abide steadfast unto him in the time of his trouble, that thou mayest be heir with him in his heritage. For a mean estate is not always to be contemned, nor the rich that is foolish to be had in admiration. So you're to abide with your friend. You know that saying, started. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You know. You see, you gotta be if your friend is down, man, you gotta be with him while he's down. You know, in his poverty, because he's not gonna stay like that forever. And you know, when he gets lifted up, you know, you'll be able to rejoice with him, man. So let me just get this in the GNT. So all right, 22 and 23. It says, gain the confidence of your neighbor if he is poor. Then you can share his happiness if he becomes successful. You know, you got to start from the bottom with your friend. You know, he was with me in the bottom, in the dirt. It says, gain the confidence of your neighbor if he is poor. Then you can share his happiness if he becomes successful. Stand by him when he is in trouble if you want to share with him when the better times come his way. You see? Oh, yeah, that's pretty much the point on this lesson. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, man. Call Halayim Le Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rachak Dash. Until next time, Shalom.